No, there is absolutely no insecurity. Our entire set of people, including our Honorable Chief Minister and Honorable Home Minister, they have understood the entire thing. Belgaum definitely belongs to us. It is in my state. It is a part of our state from time immemorial. So the question of somebody coming and claiming that that part belongs to us, I don't think it is appropriate.
All right. Uday Garudchar, thank you for talking to Republic this afternoon. That is the Karnataka BJP leader, making it clear that Belgaum belongs to Karnataka and there is absolutely no conflict there. But as far as the border row is concerned, that is escalating, and pictures on your screen of Kannada groups where protesters have attempted to block the highway. These are activists, and this as the dispute over whose land is whose continues. Remember this escalation that has been going on for decades now, and at this very point I also want to bring in Abhishek Kapoor, our senior executive editor, because Abhishek, instead of coming to some sort of a resolution, instead matters are worsening as far as the border row is concerned. Now the Supreme Court is to hear the matter, but here let's also understand that it is not just about the people fighting it out, but also the governments who are against each other, and it is the BJP that is in power in both the states. Is the centre now to really intervene to solve matters between the states? How do you look at the situation?
Well, given the fact that both governments are of the BJP, obviously the centre might have some role to play, a nudge role. But we have seen similar situation, for example, in the case of Assam and Meghalaya. And despite the fact that meetings happened right up to the Home Ministry in New Delhi, we have seen clashes happening twice in the last 4 months. So I think what is important is that leaders of both the states, and particularly those on the ground at the district level, take lessons from whatever has happened in Maharashtra, in Meghalaya, between Meghalaya and Assam. This is not the first time we are having interstate problems when it comes to border disputes. We have had long-standing issue on the Kaveri water distribution between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, for example. There are land border disputes between, for example, Gujarat and Rajasthan, among others. So these are old nagging troubles. Even in this case, Belgaum or Belagavi goes back to 1950s when the reorganization of states had happened. I think if wisdom prevails, it can be amicably settled. But what is important is that tempers should not be allowed to go out of hand, as can be seen these protests and, for example, the December 19th session, huge conclave that has been planned by the Maharashtra Ekikaran Samiti, the body which is spearheading the campaign to get Belagavi, according to Kannada and Belgaum as per Marathi, out of Karnataka and amalgamated into Maharashtra. If that session really happens in a big manner and it is backed by those elements in Maharashtra which are inimical to peace, then obviously things potentially can go out of hand. So in that sense, what is important is that both the state governments, it helps that belong to the BJP, should come together. A better sense should prevail, and the leaders, instead of fanning trouble, should be talking to each other. So, for example, in this case, this cancellation of visit of Chandrakant Dada Patil and Shambhuraj Desai, I believe, the two ministers who were made coordinators for the issue by the Maharashtra government, helps in the sense that had the ministers travelled, it might have led to a situation where tempers really go out of hand. Of course, the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi also is going to add to pressure of the Shinde-Fadnavis government. To that extent, I think it's going to be about how the leaders at the top really fend off these pressures and political pulls and find a solution way out. Of course, the matter is in the Supreme Court, so there is a limited out-of-court possibility as of now. But then, till the time the matter is there in the topmost court of the country, the leaders perhaps can engage in a manner that on the ground situation remains peaceful and the law and order remains in control.
Absolutely, Abhishek. But here the very problem and the point of contemplation also is the fact that when it comes to being very assertive on their point of view and how they look at the situation, it is both the state governments indulging in a very stern decision making. And here we also understand that the Karnataka Chief Minister has said that don't send the ministers to Belagavi. So be it the coordinating ministers or be it the Chief Minister himself who has sought a meeting with the top leadership in New Delhi, be it about those strong statements coming in from Fadnavis. Here it is about pride of the land, of keeping their land to themselves, and matters that are worsening. We'll also try and get a reporter to find out the details of police deployment, but clearly the police is also on high alert.
Obviously, deployments have been beefed up, Swesha, and what is happening is that pressure is working at two levels so far as the respective top political executives go in the states. In the case of Basavaraj Bommai, and so in the case of Eknath Shinde and Devendra Fadnavis on the Maharashtra side. One is the pressure, the pulse of the people's sentiment on the ground in Belagavi or Belgaum, depending on which side of the divide you are. And then there is the political pressure. In the case of Maharashtra by the MVA, in the case of Karnataka by the opposition, including the Congress party. So remember, when they were in power, they were absolutely silent. We don't know from where this Maharashtra Ekekaran Samiti really pops up in the middle of all this. I think a wise thing would be to let the topmost court of the country decide, because remember, as in the case of other interstate disputes, it's all those mechanisms that are put in place between the two fighting states, with the center as an arbiter, and possibly sometimes some judicial intervention. And these are long-term issues. If it has not been solved since 1950s, why the hurry to really solve it by December 19? That's the issue. Atul Bhatkalkar of the of the government there in Maharashtra joins us. Mr. Bhatkalkar, the question is, it's a good decision taken to not send the coordinating ministers as of now to Belgaum or Belagavi, whichever side you are on. What is important is why, let people's sentiment increase and fester and create a situation where they really potentially can go out of hand. Can the Supreme Court decide? And since the next Supreme Court hearing, I believe, is on 30th of December, can peace prevail till that time and then let the court decide?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Basically, when court is going on in Supreme Court, at that time, Chief Minister of the state should not have made such a statement that we are ready to expect just villagers in Karnataka. And so today's incident is totally unnecessary incident. So we condemn that incident from our side, and arsoning the vehicle, there is also state government vehicle. And so I am demanding to our state government that they should withdraw all buses from the Karnataka with immediate effect, and let good sense will prevail, that instead of making any provocative statement, and especially when government of Maharashtra has taken very right step by not sending their ministers to the Belgaum. Despite that, if anybody is doing like this, then law should take its own course, and stringent action should be taken against all who are involved in this bus pelting incidents and arsoning incidents.
Mr. Bhatkalkar, I have one more question before I let you go. Yeah. For the benefit of viewers across the country, and particularly those in the north, this is an issue about what area, how much area, how many villages, so that people understand what is the scale of the problem.
Yeah. So, see, basically there is one big city, Belgaum, which is Marathi-dominated city. Then Nipani. So there are so many places which are sentimentally more important to the Maharashtra, and that's why we are demanding for these places to be included in Maharashtra for last more than 40 years. And there is in Maharashtra, there is all party unanimous decision and opinion, including BJP. So this is a long pending issue, and as I said earlier, when matter is going on in the Supreme Court, at that time, nobody should take law in his own hand.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Atul Bhatkalkar. They are sounding very reasonable on the issue of dispute between Maharashtra and Karnataka over Belagavi or Belgaum. Moving on, let's stay with the story. We are getting pictures of those protests happening on the ground, but also listen in to one of the coordinating ministers, Shambhuraj Desai, whose visit, of course, was cancelled.
6 दिसंबर को कर्नाटक के बेलगांव में हम लोग जाने वाले थे। ये मेरा और हमारे सीनियर मिनिस्टर श्री चंद्रकांत दादाजी का पहले से तय किया हुआ ये दौरा था। ऑफिशियली हमारे गवर्नमेंट की तरफ से हमने कर्नाटक गवर्नमेंट को ये इंटीमेशन दी थी, ये इन्फॉर्मेशन दी थी कि हमारे 2 मंत्री बेलगांव में आ रहे हैं। हम लोग पहले 3 तारीख को जाने वाले थे, लेकिन जो मराठी भाषिक लोग बेलगांव में हैं उन्होंने हमसे कहा कि 6 दिसंबर के परम पूज्य महामानव डॉक्टर बाबा साहेब आम्बेडकर जी का महापरिनिर्वाण दिन है, उन्हें अभिवादन करने का कार्यक्रम हमारे मराठी भाषिकों ने बेलगांव में अरेंज किया हुआ था और उसमें आप शामिल हो जाइए, ऐसा उन्होंने हमसे कहा। इसलिए हमने 3 तारीख के बजाय आज 6 तारीख को जाने का निश्चित किया था। कल तक हमारा ये दौरा निश्चित था, लेकिन ये हमारे पूरी दौरे को कर्नाटक सरकार ने एक अलग टर्न दिया। उन्होंने ऐसा कहा कि वहाँ लॉ एंड ऑर्डर सिचुएशन खड़ी हो सकती है और उन्होंने हम न आए वहाँ, ऐसा ऑफिशियल कम्युनिकेशन भी स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को उनके चीफ सेक्रेटरी के तरफ से भेजा था। इसका हमारे ऊपर कोई परिणाम नहीं हुआ। हम लोग कल तक हमने निश्चित किया था कि हम लोग कैसे भी करके वहाँ जाएंगे।
Commercial break. On the other side, heavy security that has been deployed in Mathura as tensions simmer. Also, Central Asian countries conclave has begun the 3rd such anti-terror global security conference that is being held in India.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a 2-day strategy meet is underway here in National Capital at BJP headquarters. That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
the death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram को
तस्वीरों के जरिए हम आपको दिखाते हैं। पहले ही वो रास्ता है जो शाही ईदगाह की तरफ जाता है, और ये जानकारी मिली है कि अभी एक व्यक्ति को हिरासत में लिया गया है जिसने यहाँ पर कांवड़ चढ़ाने की कोशिश की थी। उसको यहाँ से तुरंत ही हिरासत में लिया गया क्योंकि माहौल बिगाड़ने का लगातार जो प्रयास अगर होगा तो उसमें सख्ती से कार्रवाई होगी। इसके अलावा तस्वीरों के जरिए और आपको दिखाते हैं अपने वीडियो जर्नलिस्ट से मैं कहूंगी थोड़ा सा इधर आइए। ये देखिए यहाँ पर 1500 के करीब जो है लोकल पुलिसकर्मी तैनात है। चप्पे चप्पे पर तैनाती यहाँ पर देखने को मिल रही है। आसपास की जो दुकानें हैं, ज्यादा से ज्यादा दुकानें जो है वो बंद है, लेकिन ये जो रास्ता है ये शाही ईदगाह की तरफ जाता है। और यहीं पर जो अखिल भारत हिंदू महासभा संगठन के लोग हैं उन्होंने सीधे तौर पर कहा है कि आज हनुमान चालीसा का पाठ करेंगे। इसके अलावा जो कृष्ण का पूजा पाठ है वो भी यहाँ पर किया जाएगा। तो सीधे तौर पर माहौल ना बिगड़े इसी के लिए सख्ती की जा रही है। दूसरी तरफ जो दूसरे समाज के लोग हैं उनका ये कहना है कि शहर की जो फिजा है उसको बिगाड़ने का प्रयास हो रहा है, तो इस पे जरा सी भी चूक ना हो, इसीलिए जितने भी यहाँ पर लोकल वाहन है उनकी एंट्री नहीं हो रही है। 2 पहिया वाहन की एंट्री है। जो भी लोग आ रहे हैं उन पर नजर रखी जा रही है। बाहर से जो गाड़ियां आ रही हैं उन पर सीधे तौर पर बैन है।
Time for a short break. On the other side, big revelation in the Delhi riots where a court order says that all the accused indulged in targeting Hindus.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना। कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है गुला।
कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए ड्रीम लैम लैमिनेट्स, कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. V.K. Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance.
CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury on Monday questioned the credibility of One Earth, One Family theme of India's G20 presidency, claiming the alarming levels of communal polarization destroying the foundations of the declaration announced by Prime Minister. Republic accessed the court order copy directing the framing of charges against former Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain and others in a case related to the 2020 Delhi riots, which stated that there was a conspiracy to target Hindus. Delivering its decision, the court said that all the accused, including former councillor Tahir Hussain, were involved in targeting Hindus and their properties. Stepping into a short commercial break, on the other side getting you details as politics is escalating over G20 theme. Sitaram Yechury has questioned its credibility.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protest, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in the national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscored the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers. It's time for Superfast 50. I'm Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury on Monday questioned the credibility of the One Earth, One Family theme of India's G20 presidency, claiming the alarming levels of communal polarization is destroying the foundation of the declaration announced by the Prime Minister. Republic accessed the court order copy directing the framing of charges against former Aam Aadmi Party councillor Tahir Hussain and others in a case relating to 2020 Delhi riots case, which states that there was a conspiracy to target Hindus. Delivering its decision, the court had said that stated all accused, including former councillor Tahir Hussain, were involved in targeting Hindus and their properties. Security has been beefed up in Mathura and UP following the Akhil Bharat Hindu Sabha's call for reciting Hanuman Chalisa inside Shahi Masjid Eidgah, with the district police chief asserting that no new tradition or ritual would be allowed. Soon after the Delhi court allowed the framing of charges against former Aam Aadmi Party leader Tahir Hussain and others, the Congress played down the bid to target Hindus, which was noted in the court order. Congress leader Rashid Alvi said that they are criminals. There is no need to turn the case in terms of Hindus and Muslims. Unfortunately, it's the BJP-led central government which is responsible for what happened in Delhi.
There is no Hindu, no Muslim. They are criminals. Why do you say that he is a Muslim and he is a Hindu? For last 8 years it is happening in this country that Hindus have done this, Muslims have done this. They are criminals. Law should take its own course. They should be punished, whoever one is. But unfortunately this government, Bharatiya Janata Party government, they are responsible for everything whatever had happened here in Delhi.
TMC has claimed that the Gujarat police has detained its spokesperson Saket Gokhale, further terming it a political vendetta. In a tweet, TMC national spokesperson Derek O'Brien said that Gokhale was detained over a cooked-up case that refers to his tweet on the Morbi tragedy. After Lashkar affiliate TRF issued a hit list and released names of Kashmiri Pandits who were on their radar, the Pandits in the valley wrote a letter to school officials refusing to attend schools as they are gripped in fear, further staging a protest. Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla chaired a high-level security review meeting on Jammu and Kashmir. The meeting was held in the Ministry of Home Affairs and the hybrid mode with senior officials of the ministry, joining it in the presence of Director Intelligence Bureau Tapan Deka and National Investigation Agency Director General Dinkar Gupta, among others, present physically. Shocking video that has come to light from Karnataka's Bengaluru. A horrific murder tape has now emerged. Group of 6 in which 3 women attacked and murdered a 26-year-old at Bengaluru now. This happened, the incident took place at 12:30 a.m. This video is reported to have been from 4 December and 3 special teams have been formed to nab the accused. World Bank has now revised its GDP growth forecast for India to 6.9% from 6.5% earlier. World Bank India Development Update said that India is affected by spillovers from the US and China. Delhi High Court has ruled that the mother has finally seen cases of fetal abnormalities during pregnancy, as she must consider also the possibility of a dignified life for the unborn child. The court was hearing a request for a medical abortion from a 26-year-old woman who is 33 weeks pregnant. As the entire nation pays homage to the architect of Indian Constitution, Dr. Ambedkar, Prime Minister Modi too paid floral tribute to Ambedkar on the death anniversary. BJP President has now paid a floral tribute to Ambedkar on the occasion of the 66th Divas there at the BJP headquarters in the national capital. Supreme Court will hear the petition challenging constitutional validity of Citizenship Amendment Act. In the last hearing, the central government has filed a reply. SFI leader has now admitted in the hospital after being attacked by students in Wayanad in Kerala. 4 persons were arrested for allegedly injuring a person called Aparna Gauri. Now, Aparna Gauri is a district joint secretary of SFI in Wayanad, and violence that ensued after the union election at a government polytechnic college. On Batra, 20th standard student at BSF Senior Secondary School, Jammu, has added another feather as India's first open source satellite InCube developed by him is going to be launched this month with the help of Indian Space Agency ISRO. In India, the cost for this launch is around 20 to 80 lakhs, while in foreign countries this price can go up to into crores. He said that every satellite launched into the space has special mission. National security advisors from Central Asian countries met with their Indian counterparts Ajit Doval today to discuss Afghanistan counter-terrorism and connectivity. The meeting is a follow-up to the extensive Indian engagements with landlocked Central Asia to fashion a seaward connectivity route bypassing Pakistan, as well as to now go ahead and stabilize the country of Afghanistan. Wake of heavy rainfall alert, 6 teams of the National Disaster Response Force have been deployed in the various parts of Tamil Nadu. After recent threats from terror groups, Kashmiri Pandits, employees in Kashmir schools write to authorities. Kashmiri Pandits say that they cannot attend schools due to fear from terror threat. A 5-judge constitutional bench is to start hearing a batch of petitions challenging constitutionality of the laws permitting Jallikattu and bull cart race in states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and Maharashtra. Days after Punjab CM Bhagwant Mann claimed that the mastermind in the Punjabi singer Sidhu Moosewala murder case, Goldie Brown, has been detained by the US authorities in USA, BJP and Akali Dal have raised doubts about the credibility of the news. Aam Aadmi Party National Convener Arvind Kejriwal has thanked the people of Delhi after exit polls predicted a win for the party in the Delhi municipal election, and also said the prediction for the party in Gujarat was a positive sign.
मैं दिल्ली के लोगों को बधाई देता हूं। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं, कल मैं देख रहा था नतीजे, आम आदमी पार्टी के काफ़ी अच्छे नतीजे आए और जनता ने फिर से भरोसा जताया है, आम आदमी पार्टी पे भरोसा किया है। तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि ऐसे ही नतीजे आएंगे और कल इंतज़ार करते हैं।
Amid the raging border dispute with Maharashtra-Karnataka, Chief Minister Banswaraj Bommai has said that the harmony between people of both states should not be disturbed, and expressed his government's commitment to protect the state's borders in the interest of Karnataka's here and in other states. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval met his counterparts in Central Asia. India Central Asia states released joint statement, mentions no sanctuary to be provided to UN designated terror organizations. Posters of Ambedkar and saffron clothing and sacred ash and kumkum on forehead were put up in Thanjavur district, and VCK cadres have immediately taken notice of the same and removed the posters from the location. Meanwhile, in Thanjavur, BJP cadres tried to garland the statue of Ambedkar, and VCK cadres did not allow the BJP cadres and stopped them. Both parties' cadres staged a road roko. The Supreme Court will hear the bail pleas of Christian Michelle James, an alleged middleman in the Augusta Westland chopper scam, in which CBI and Enforcement Directorate have lodged 2 separate cases. A bench comprising of Chief Justice
अहमदाबाद में उसका पुलिस, गुजरात का पुलिस अहमदाबाद में लेके गया। क्यों? उन्होंने एक ट्वीट किया प्राइम मिनिस्टर के खिलाफ में। तो हमारा खिलाफ में तो कितना ट्वीट होता है। हाँ, साइबर क्राइम को जरूर देखना चाहिए। ऐसा कोई नहीं होना चाहिए जिसमें जो देश का खतरा होता है और पर्सनल अटैक होता है। लेकिन मलबी भी स्टॉप तोड़ गया, ये तो बहुत बड़ा कांड था और इसी के लिए वो एक न्यूज़ कोट किया था। इसी के लिए वी आर रियली सॉरी फॉर दिस विंडिक्टिव एटीट्यूड आई कंडेम्ड।
West Bengal CM Mamata Banerjee on the TMC leader's detention. Remember that TMC spokesperson Saket Gokhale was detained by Gujarat Police Cybercrime Branch and is now being taken to Ahmedabad for further investigation. Mamata Banerjee speaking on this issue right now. She has said that he's detained as he tweeted against PM Modi and he has done no mistake. Now, these are comments coming in from Mamata Banerjee as the TMC leader, the TMC spokesperson was detained by Gujarat Police's Cybercrime Branch team as well. So the reaction coming in from the West Bengal Chief Minister there, Mamata Banerjee, on this story. And this is what we're tracking for you right now. Mamata Banerjee going ahead and giving the first reaction on Saket Gokhale's detention by the Gujarat police. Now he's being taken right now to Ahmedabad for further interrogation. Also, we got a reaction from TMC spokesperson as well. And we have got a reaction from Derek O'Brien. Earlier, he has said very clearly that Mr. O'Brien has said he detailed the circumstances under which Gokhale was arrested and alleged that the reason for his tweet was on the Morbi Bridge tragedy. So, a couple of reactions coming from the TMC. Now, what you see on the screens, viewers, is the first reaction coming in from Mamata Banerjee on Saket Gokhale's detention right over there. And the TMC going ahead and saying that this is a cooked-up case, and that also added by Mamata Banerjee that Gokhale has not done any mistake as well. This is the first reaction coming in from Mamata Banerjee. All right, viewers, let's continue with Superfast 50 now. A male body was found in a district park in Sector 19, Doiraka. The deceased was identified as ASI in Traffic Unit of Delhi Police. Gunshot injury by a service pistol is suspected. Crime and FSL teams have examined the spot. IED detected in South Kashmir. Shopia bomb disposal squad and now called. Traffic has been stopped at South Kashmir's village of Shirmal. RJD Chief Lalu Prasad Yadav has undergone a kidney transplant surgery successfully at a hospital in Singapore. Prasad went under the knife along with daughter Rohini Acharya, who donated one of her kidneys to her father. Taking suo notice of journalist Arshad Sharif's killing, now Supreme Court of Pakistan has directed the government to register a first information report by today. During the hearing, the Apex Court also directed the authorities concerned to submit the report of the fact-finding committee by today. At least 5 people were killed when a blast hit a vehicle carrying oil workers in northern Afghanistan. The cause of the blast was not immediately clear. A mudslide unleashed by torrential rain buried a bus and 2 others' vehicles in central Colombia, killing at least 34 people and leaving others trapped. Meanwhile, rescue operations are underway. The highway in the town of Pueblo Rico in the district of Risaralda. Many people on the big island of Hawaii are bracing for a major upheaval of lava. The lava coming from Mauna Loa volcano slides across key highways. It has blocked the quickest route, which is connecting the 2 sides of the island. The molten rock could make the road impassable and forced drivers to find alternate coastal routes. War crimes. Prosecutors exhumed the body of a civilian man in Kherson region of Ukraine. This comes after his family demanded justice for his death. Experts exhumed the body of a local teacher who was killed in June during a massive shelling in his area. Red Cross members have been now going ahead and evacuating and rescuing residents of Kupiansk district following the liberation of parts of Kharkiv region from Russian occupation. The city of Kupiansk and the surrounding villages and towns were retaken. Since then, the area has been under daily shelling. Secretary of Defence Lloyd J. Austin has welcomed Australian Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Defence Richard Marles to the Pentagon. The talks come just in advance of the 3-way discussion between Australia, the US and the Great Britain over defence issues and the Indo-Pacific. Representatives from the United States and European Union held talks outside of Washington, including discussions on their approaches to the semiconductor industry. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken hosted the bilateral trade technology council at the University of Maryland and hailed convergence from both groups as the talks concluded. Violent protests broke out in Greece's second largest city over the police shooting of a teenager after he allegedly filled his vehicle at a gas station and drove off without paying. About 1,500 people took part in a protest march organized by the left-wing and anarchist groups. Train services in Nigeria's capital city have resumed. This comes 8 months after assailants attacked a train with explosives and gunfire. 7 people were killed and dozens of passengers were abducted. Only a handful of passengers and armed security personnel were on the first trip from Abuja to neighboring Kaduna state. Alaska governor was sworn in for a second term, saying his goal is to work with everybody to create an Alaska for the next 50 years. The Republican last month became the first Alaska governor since Democrat Tony Knowles in 1998 to win back-to-back terms. Western countries imposed a 660 dollars per barrel price cap and a ban on some types of Russian oil. The Kremlin rejected the move, where Ukrainian President Zelensky criticized it as insufficient, and now the White House says that they are not surprised by Russia's reaction to European Union oil price cap. Brazilian fans celebrated victory in a match that gave them a direct ticket to the next round of the World Cup. Neymar scored a goal in his return from injury, and Brazil beat South Korea 4-1 to advance to the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Thousands of South Korean fans soul braved the cold snow in early hours of this morning to watch their nation's World Cup run end in a 4-1 round of 16 loss to Brazil. Reports suggest that a full house of 33,000 fans attended an outdoor watch party in the city centre despite snow flurries and temperatures that dropped below zero. National animal of Qatar, the Arabian oryx, has now predicted another upset in the FIFA Men's World Cup, choosing a surprise victory for South Korea in the country's match against Brazil. Croatia's goalkeeper Dominik Livakovic saved 3 penalties in his team's 3-1 win over Japan in a shootout to take his team into the FIFA World Cup quarterfinals. Japan has been looking to reach the quarterfinals for the first time but fell short again. Fans around Croatia celebrated the football team's victory against Japan in the World Cup in Qatar. The team's success secured a return to the quarterfinals for the runners-up, the 2018 tournament. Spain has finalized their preparations ahead of facing Morocco at the World Cup, with a place in the quarterfinals at stake. Spanish team finished second in Group E to advance to the last 16. Portugal train a day ahead of the last 16 match with Switzerland in the FIFA World Cup after both qualified for the World Cup knockout phase with 2 wins from 3. Group H winners Portugal meet Group G runners-up Switzerland. England pulled off one of their greatest victories with a 74-run win over Pakistan in the first test in Rawalpindi. With the sun dropping at the end of tension-filled final day, England took the last wicket with only minutes of light remaining. Thousands watched Brazil beat South Korea as the nation also cheered for the recovery of the soccer king Pelé. The 82-year-old Pelé is now recovering from an infection that was aggravated by COVID-19, leaving fans in Brazil and Qatar worried about his condition. The All India Women's Selection Committee has now picked India Under-19 women's squad for the upcoming bilateral away T20 series against South Africa. Under-19 and 18-year-old Indian opener Shafali Verma will lead Team India at the inaugural Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a 2-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
The charges are on you? The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
it was misleading information.
Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have nothing is more sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake. You are trying to post
all this information, especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
Sir, at the sensitive time like Morbi, a tragedy does not police fail to decide it.
देख लिया रिकॉर्ड हो गया ना.
That's the first reaction reaction coming in from Saket Gokhale, TMC spokesperson. We have confronted, Republic TV has confronted, going ahead and confronted Saket Gokhale, and where he has said that I am detained, but the Oreva owners are not yet arrested. So that is what he has said right now, talking to Republic TV exclusively. These are exclusive, conversation that we only have in Republic TV. Let's go to Priyanka. Priyanka, you spoke to him, you confronted him, and he has said something exclusively to Republic TV. Tell our viewers exactly what he has said. He's right now in Ahmedabad for further interrogation.
Well, right now he was in fact being taken from the Ahmedabad cybercrime and is being produced before the court as well. And when we in fact confronted Saket Gokhale, he had nothing more to say about the kind of tweets that he had sent out about the Morbi tragedy and the RTI application that he had also shared, claiming that the amount that had costed for the Prime Minister's visit, that was the tweet that was under question.
Police station, cybercrime branch police station. He has been detained by
Saket,
why have you been detained?
The tweet that you had sent out,
do you know what the charges are on you?
The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
for misleading information.
Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have nothing is more sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake it. You are trying to post a fake,
especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
All right, Priyanka, you are joining us live. You were speaking to him. You were tracking Gokhale. Go ahead and tell us what exactly he told Republic TV exclusively, Priyanka.
Well, essentially what he had said in this confrontation that we had done with Saket Gokhale, we had in fact asked him these questions about the tweets that he had sent out. And of course, the tweets are under question, over which he has been taken into custody. And the police had also stated that the allegations against him and the charges against him are essentially that of spreading misinformation during the time of the Morbi tragedy and during the time that the Morbi tragedy in fact had been going on there. And he had tweeted out about the RTI application and RTI reply about the Prime Minister's visit to Morbi, and the police also had more to add about how those tweets in fact were not true, and the amount that had also been mentioned in that was also not true, is something that the police has stated. And they've also said that they will be questioning Saket Gokhale about his meaning for his essential reason for sending out this tweet, and why in fact he had sent out this particular tweet as well, saying that this was essentially misinformation during the time that it was extremely sensitive, that there were so many people that had lost their lives. There were 135 people that had in fact lost their lives in that tragedy, and during the time that this kind of a misinformation might have only hurt the public sentiments as well, and it would have just riled up the situation and might have also created a law and order situation as well, is something that the police has to say now. And those are the reasons and the arguments that they will be presenting before the court as and when Saket Gokhale is in fact taken to the Ahmedabad court, so that his remand can be sought for by the Ahmedabad cybercrime, who will be questioning him further about these tweets, and then they will be further on taking his interrogation, and then we are being told by the evening they will also be addressing the media about this entire matter.
Right. Priyanka, hold on, because I want our viewers to watch that confrontation that you and Harsha have done. Let's play that out for our viewers.
The charges are on you?
The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
for misleading information.
Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have nothing is more sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake it. You are trying to post a fake,
especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
Sir, at the sensitive time like Morbi, a tragedy that police will decide.
देख लिया, रिकॉर्ड हो गया ना.
The tweet that
sent out.
I have-
Said that it
I
was
have-
fake news.
So did,
Look,
do you
the irony-
know what the charges are on you?
The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
That was a fake tweet. But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
for misleading information.
Mr. Gokhale, was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That
news?
is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have
one thing is for sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake it. You are trying to post a fake
all this misinformation, especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
Sir, at the sensitive time like Morbi, a tragedy that police failure to
What do you have to say for yourself about the tweet that you sent out since it's clearly being said it's fake news?
देख लिया रिकॉर्ड
All right, let's go to Priyanka. Priyanka, you're live with us, and we are the first channels to get the first reaction from Saket Gokhale. And we also saw a short while back, Mamta Banerjee also pitching in. She is saying that Saket Gokhale has not done any mistake. Now, of course, how will the investigation carry on right now? Because he will be produced in court very soon, like you're saying. What can we expect next right now, as Republic has also confronted Saket Gokhale face to face?
Well, that's right, Shivangi. We were the ones, in fact, who had been able to confront Saket Gokhale, one of the few people, in fact, who were here, me and our colleague Harsha as well.
And our colleague Harsha as well, who had confronted Saket Gokhale, and he had in fact nothing more to say about the kind of allegations that are being levelled against him, the kind of investigation that is being done against him by the Ahmedabad Cybercrime Unit, and they are in fact looking into the point of the matter that the tweets that had been sent out by Saket Gokhale are nothing but a misinformation and a part of fake news as well, that it is being treated as, and that is why they want to investigate it further so that they can also question him further to understand why exactly this tweet had been sent out. And they have also said that this kind of a tweet at such a sensitive time like Morbi tragedy in fact might have created a law and order situation, might have created in fact hurt the public sentiment as well, and these are the kind of tweets that should be refrained from being sent out during a time like Morbi, during a sensitive time like Morbi, that was being in fact being dealt with by the entire government machinery on the ground, and we had seen how more than 135 people had lost their lives as well.
Priyanka, stay with us. Priyanka, stay with us. I'm being joined right now by Professor Mandal, TMC spokesperson. I come back to you, Priyanka. First reaction from you, Professor Mandal. What do you think? Saket Gokhale means when he says that even though I've been arrested, but the Morbi owners, Oreva owners, have not been arrested?
He's absolutely all right. First, let me pick up the argument given by your reporter without going into the merit of the case. If this is the moot point, that if somebody is, quote unquote, spreading false information and he should be arrested, why should Mr. Amit Malviya be? He should be in permanently jail because he is known for spreading fake news, especially about opposition states, largely about Bengal. And I'm giving you a specific example. During April-May 2020, during the COVID time, he said that Bengal is having 1 lakh cases. I debated with this liar on TV. And did we arrest him? That was also a sensitive time. How many videos he posted after the elections 2021, which have been proven to be false, doctored, and malicious? Did we arrest him? Did the Bengal government pursue him? He is still coming to Bengal. He is still roaming around. Again, another example. Nupur Sharma, the riot video 2017. Did the Bengal police arrest her? This is the difference between a dictatorial government and a democratic government. If Mr. Gokhale's information are not correct, if it is near correct, the time was such. There were 143 people. They were killed in a flash. This kind of emotive reactions are bound to happen. And is this the way police function? If this is the way the police function, then God forbid this country, every other opposition state will function in this manner. And I have given you an example of these two persons. One is IT head of the BJP, who is known for spreading false and malicious and incendiary information about Bengal for the last 4 or 5 years, and still he is at large. Should we request the Bengal government to file FIR and arrest this person? Does this the way democracy function in this country? Then you can arrest me tomorrow if I say something on TV, which may not be to the likings of the government. This is amazing. This is what we call undeclared silent emergency.
But Mr. Mondal, Press Information Bureau has said the claim is fake and also saying no such RTI response has been given.
The person should be arrested, then Amit Malviya should be immediately arrested. You just answer me whether I'm wrong or right. If I take your logic, that if apparently, forget about whether he's right or wrong. Apparently, I'm taking for spreading false information, Mr. Gokhale was arrested. According to same logic, Mr. Malviya should be permanently in jail. Should the Bengal government do this? What are you saying? Oh, they are opposition parties. They will criticize you. Nothing has happened after his tweet, let me tell you. Because of the tweet, nothing has happened. No law and order situation. In fact, let me, I was on TV debating on the issue. We did not say that we are going to politicize the issue. On your channel, with Arnav, I said specifically on behalf of my party that we have a stated position that we are not going to play politics on this disaster. We still see that this is a disaster. But you meaning the BJP, they have been doing the same thing for the opposition state, especially for Bengal, even during the COVID time.
Professor Mondal, hold on for a second. We are also being joined by BJP's Manjari Singh Sirsa joining us. Mr. Mondal, hold on for a second. We have tracked and confronted Saket Gokhale, and he is making counter allegations right now, even though the PIB has checked and a fact check said that the claim is fake. Your first reaction, Mr. Sirsa?
No, but that is very true that this claim was fake, and that is the reason that Mr. Gokhale has been detained. And I do not know why somebody will try to tweet this kind of information which is not true, and that too against the Prime Minister. And if it is so, then you should always be ready to face the consequences. If you want to be that big political leader that you can say whatever you feel like saying, India is a democratic country, but doesn't mean you can lie about anything, you can do anything, whatever you want. And if you do so, then you have to face the music also, then you have to face the law also. And there is nothing wrong in this. Mr. Gokhale has done something which needs to be seriously taken care of.
Right. Professor Mondal, you want to reply to Mr. Sirsa?
So by the same logic, Mr. Sirsa, Mr. Malviya should be arrested for spreading false information during the COVID time. Why did you make hue and cry?
What information you feel? What information
you didn't hear me saying that he said that Bengal government is hiding the cases because they have 1 lakh cases. Did he say this? Did he tweet this? So he should be behind bars. And you are forgetting how the doctored videos he spread after the election showing that these are riots happening in Bengal, whether the video is actually from Bangladesh. Should he be arrested? Should he be arrested for saying this?
Gentlemen,
what if, sir? If I take your logic that if somebody is quote-unquote spreading...
Yes, I'm telling you.
You are panic. You are panic. We are protesting. We are raising your question. I am buying your logic, sir. I am buying your logic. Okay. If somebody is spreading false information, he should be behind bars, then Mr. Amit Malviya should be permanently behind bars.
Everybody who is spreading a false
information,
but you do not have any concrete evidence that he did so. The video which he shared was from Bengal.
How old are you, sir? I don't want to get personal. How old are you?
Everybody is aware of the fact.
I debated with Mr. Malviya on this particular issue. He said 1 lakh cases. I debated with him on TV. And you are saying that he did not say this.
Why are you shouting, my dear friend? My dear friend, don't shout. Please let me complete it. Please.
No, I'm raising my legitimate voice, sir. I'm not shouting because you are lying on TV. I don't want to use the word lying. You are lying on TV, and that's why.
You also shout.
Yeah, so now you can say anything about Mamata Banerjee. Now you can say anything about the elected chief minister of this country. Now you can say anything about the woman chief minister of this country.
Because you have no logical answer to my question.
Against you. You can say anything. No. I am buying your logic. Why are you denying that Mr. Malviya said? First, you have the audacity to say that Malviya has misinformed spread malicious information about Bengal during COVID times. Even after the election, he spread fake videos about riots which were happening in some other country. And then, if I buy your logic that because of quote-unquote spreading false information, somebody should be behind bars, Mr. Malviya should be behind bars or not? Just answer this question. You are saying that no, I do not know.
So you want to say that Mr. Gokhale should not be arrested because he has all right to spread the false information. That's what you want to say?
So I'm asking you the same question. I'm asking you the same question. If Malviya was, if Malviya is not in jail, why Mr. Gokhale in jail?
It's like a Bengal. The entire nation.
Oh, really? Yes. You should learn from Bengal. The entire nation doesn't act like Bengal. You should learn from it. We did not arrest this person. We did not arrest. Even we did not arrest you. You are also trying to communalize a particular issue in Bengal. Don't forget that, Mr. Sisha. I debated with you. Yes. Yes, during that police searching, you tried to communalize. You tried to communalize, and you have been trounced by the Sikh brothers of Bengal. Don't forget that. I debated with you.
Then why were you?
All right, gentlemen. Thank you so much. You both have made your points very clear. Thank you, Professor Mandal of the TMC and Manjinder Singh Sirsa of the BJP for joining us. Also, we had a reaction coming in from Mamata Banerjee. Let's play that out for our viewers.
It's very bad. It's very bad and sad. Shakla is a very important and bright man, and for social network he is very popular also, and he has done no mistake. उन्होंने उसका कार्डियक अरेस्ट हुआ था, उसको तबीयत अच्छा नहीं था, बहुत संभाल के जिंदगी बचाया. उसका बाद देखो कालू जयपुर में आ रहा था, इधर से लेके रात 2 बजे अहमदाबाद में उसका पुलिस, गुजरात का पुलिस अहमदाबाद में लेके गया. क्यों? उन्होंने एक ट्वीट किया प्राइम मिनिस्टर के खिलाफ में. तो हमारा खिलाफ में तो कितना ट्वीट होता है. हाँ, साइबर क्राइम को जरूर देखना चाहिए. ऐसा कोई नहीं होना चाहिए जिसमें जो देश का खतरा होता है और पर्सनल अटैक होता है. लेकिन मलबी भी इस जब तोड़ गया, ये तो बहुत बड़ा कांड था, और इसी के लिए वो एक न्यूज़ कोट किया था. इसी के लिए वी आर रियली सॉरी फॉर दिस विंडिक्टिव एटीट्यूड. आई कंडेम इट.
Full information on this, but I'm sure that the police, Gujarat police, have worked according to the Information Technology Act, and they have there must be a valid reason for the arrest, and the law will continue to take its own course.
So the TMC leaders are stating about the timing when the election of the second phase has gone, and what the exit polls are suggesting. After that, these steps have been taken. They're questioning the timing. What do you have to say about it?
As you know, currently the whole administration of Gujarat is under the Election Commission, and I think this question should be asked to the Election Commission officials.
Why have you been detained? The tweet that you had sent out, do you agree to what the charges are on you?
The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested, and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
for misleading information. Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have one thing is more sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake. You are trying to post
information, especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
Saket,
why have you been detained? The tweet that you had sent out, do you agree to what the charges are on you?
The irony of the situation is that my tweet was about Morbi. I have been arrested, and the owners of Oreva company have not been arrested yet. That just shows the priority.
But that was a fake tweet. The ID fact checker said that
for misleading information. Was it true that you were actually peddling fake
That is for the judiciary to decide.
Sir, but you have one thing is more sure that it was Morbi. You are trying to fake. You are trying to post
information, especially at a sensitive time like Morbi.
Republic having confronted Saket Gokhale, who's claiming innocent. Meanwhile, the TMC also defending him in full swing, saying that because he targeted Prime Minister Modi and the BJP. So this is the result of what has happened with him. This despite PIB making it very clear that that tweet was fake. We have been getting you back-to-back reactions on this, and that full frontal confrontation with Saket Gokhale, that sequence that Republic got you. We are on the top of the story. We'll keep you updated. For the moment, a quick check of the other big stories we are tracking. CPIM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury on Monday questioned the credibility of the One Earth, One Family theme of India's G20 presidency, claiming the alarming levels of communal polarization destroying the foundations of the declaration, quote unquote, announced by the Prime Minister. Republic accessed the court order copy directing the framing of charges against Tahir Hussain in the case relating to the 2020 Delhi riots, which states that there was a conspiracy to target Hindus. While delivering this decision, the court said that all accused, including former councillor Tahir Hussain, were involved in targeting Hindus and their properties. Security was beefed up in Mathura in Uttar Pradesh following the Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha's call for reciting Hanuman Chalisa inside Shahi Masjid Eidgah, with the district police chief asserting that no new tradition or ritual would be allowed. Soon after the Delhi court allowed the framing of charges against Tahir Hussain and the others, Congress played down the bid to target Hindus, which was noted in the court order. Congress leader Rashid Alvi said they are criminals. There is no need to turn the case in terms of Hindus and Muslims. Unfortunately, it is the BJP-led central government who is responsible for what happened in Delhi.
No Hindu, no Muslim. They are criminals. Why do you say that he is a Muslim and he is a Hindu? For last 8 years it is happening in this country that Hindus have done this, Muslims have done this. They are criminals. Law should take its own course. They should be punished, whoever one is. But unfortunately, this government, Bharatiya Janata Party government, they are responsible for everything, whatever had happened here in Delhi.
Trinamool Congress has claimed that the Gujarat police arrested its spokesperson Saket Gokhale due to political vendetta. In a tweet, Derek O'Brien said that Gokhale was arrested over a quote-unquote cooked-up case. After Lashkar affiliate TRF issued a hit list and released the names of Kashmiri Pandits who are on their radar, Pandits in the Valley wrote a letter to school officials refusing to attend schools as they are gripped in fear, further staging a protest. Union Home Secretary Ajay Kumar Bhalla chaired a high-level security review meeting on Jammu and Kashmir. The meeting was held in MHA in a hybrid mode with senior officials in the ministry, joining it in the presence of Director Intelligence Bureau Tapan Deka and National Investigation Agency Director General Dinkar Gupta, among others. In a shocking video that came to light from Karnataka's Bengaluru of a horrific murder that was caught on tape, a group of 6, in which 3 were women, attacked and murdered a 26-year-old at KP Agrahara in Bengaluru at 12:30 in the night. This video is reported to have been from the 4th of December, and 3 special teams were formed to nab the accused. World Bank revised its GDP growth forecast for India to 6.9% from 2022-23 from 6.5% earlier. World Bank's India Development Update said India is affected by spillovers from the US and China. Delhi High Court ruled that the mother has the final say in cases of fetal abnormalities during pregnancy, and she must consider the possibility of a dignified life for the unborn child. The court was hearing a request for a medical abortion from a 26-year-old woman who is 33 weeks pregnant. We are slipping into a very short commercial break. Our focus is on the tension that is simmering in Mathura. Heavy security has been deployed in the city. Also, Kashmiri Pandits continue to protest over Lashkar hit list. Demand is growing for relocation out of the valley.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
The 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The 10th anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
Are holding protest against Farooq Abdullah here in Jammu, and they are saying that the statement of Farooq Abdullah that has come forth has hurt the sentiment of entire nationalist voices. These are the visuals of the Farooq Abdullah statement has angered the people of Jammu, and the Bajrang Dal is staging protest here in Jammu, demanding that they want there should be an action against the Farooq Abdullah. किस तरह से स्टेटमेंट हर्ट किया है सेंटिमेंट?
देखिए, इस फारूक अब्दुल्ला ने आर्मी के खिलाफ स्टेटमेंट देके भारतीय सेना को बदनाम करने की कोशिश और विश्व पटल के अंदर देश की छवि को खराब करने का काम किया है, जिसको कतई बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। हम एनसी के अध्यक्ष से यह मांग करते हैं कि जल्द से जल्द इस स्टेटमेंट के ऊपर माफी मांगे, अन्यथा एनसी की हम ईंट से ईंट बजाने का काम जो है वो इस प्रदेश के अंदर करेंगे।
इससे पहले भी फारूक अब्दुल्ला जो है सेना पर सवाल उठा चुके हैं।
देखिए, फारूक अब्दुल्ला सुर्खियों में रहने के लिए और केवल सस्ते टीआरपी पाने के लिए इस प्रकार की स्टेटमेंट देते हैं, जिनको कतई बर्दाश्त नहीं किया जाएगा। यह देशद्रोही स्टेटमेंट है। 27 साल के बाद फारूक अब्दुल्ला को याद आता है कि आर्मी ने इस प्रकार से किया था। उस समय सरकार किसकी बनी? फारूक अब्दुल्ला की। कैसे बन गई? वोटिंग नहीं हुई तो सरकार कैसे बनी? और मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ फारूक अब्दुल्ला से कि उस समय क्यों नहीं जुबान खुली आपकी? 27 साल के बाद क्यों खुली? ये सीधी सीधी सस्ती टीआरपी पाने के लिए और देश को विश्व पटल पे बदनाम करने की कोशिश जो है वो की जा रही है।
राजनीतिक तौर पे कमजोर है फारूक अब्दुल्ला, इसलिए इस तरह की स्टेटमेंट्स दे रहे हैं।
देखिए, राजनीतिक तौर पर फारूक अब्दुल्ला की छवि जो है वो धूमिल होती गई है। उसकी पार्टी का वजूद जो है वो प्रदेश के अंदर खत्म होता जा रहा है। केवल इस प्रकार की स्टेटमेंटें देखकर वो फिर से वापसी करना चाहते हैं, कश्मीर के लोगों को खुश करना चाहते हैं और अपनी वोट बैंक की राजनीति को बढ़ाना चाहते हैं।
Stepping into a short commercial break, on the other side, the big revelation in the Delhi riots case, as the court has said in its order that all the accused indulged in targeting Hindus. Also, tension simmers in Uttar Pradesh's Mathura. Heavy security has been deployed across the city.
मेरी नजरों से चुना, तेरी हरकतों से सुना, कभी जीती तू, कभी मैं हारा, फिर भी खूबसूरत है ये नजारा, क्योंकि इसमें है खुला
कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
अमेजिंग स्पेसेस के लिए ग्रीन लैम लैमिनेट्स, कुछ मेरा, कुछ तुम्हारा।
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah, huge supporters and gatherers can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a two-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah, huge supporters and gatherers can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting vote, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament.
And cutting across to breaking news coming in. This is the first reaction coming in from Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan on the Visakhapatnam port protest, where he has said that the protesters are not reflecting the common stand of the Latin diocese. And we suspect external forces are running this protest. The government is committed to resolving all the local crises and apprehensions of the people. Cutting across to my colleague Ashwin, who is getting us more on the same. Ashwin, how do you read into this statement?
Well, very powerful statement that has been given by the Chief Minister of Kerala as he was addressing the adjournment motion which was brought in by the MLA M. Vincent of the Congress party. So it was a 2-hour session that various parties did raise their concerns about the fishermen's plight. But what has come out of this entire session is that Pinarayi Vijayan, Chief Minister, has spoken very, very critically about the entire protest and the manner in which this protest has gone about. He went on to say that whatever the protesters are showing does not reflect the common ground of the Latin Catholic Diocese, thereby clearly dissecting the stance of the Latin Catholic Diocese and the protesters and completely alienating the protesters. Second, he has gone forward to say there has been unruly behavior by the protesters and also given incriminating details about the kind of violence that has taken place, the kind of damages that have taken place. He has went on to say that 5 police vehicles were destroyed, some of the police drones were destroyed, 54 policemen were injured by the attackers. There has been grave violations. 3-4 times there has been lock of the port has completely been destroyed. Some of the halogen lamp, all this has been destroyed by the protesters, and he has stated that the protesters cannot carry on with this manner and that they need to stop it and listen to the demands of the people, as the people itself are not in support of the protesters as well. So we'll be giving you all more details about what Pinarayi Vijayan, the Chief Minister of Kerala, has spoken. Stay tuned to Republic TV. We'll be back after a short break.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge supporters and cadres can clearly be seen. Chants of Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Jai Shri Ram could clearly be heard.
We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. We are in Jammu, the Resident Commissioner Office, where the Kashmiri Pandits are staging protests, and this protest is against the threats that have been issued by the terror group, the Resistance Front. The terror group has issued a list of 56 Kashmiri Pandit employees. This Kashmiri Pandit community has been on the target of the terror group for a long, and yesterday itself they have issued another threat to these Kashmiri Pandit employees.
Congress party claims that the Prime Minister and the Home Minister of the country walking after casting votes, they are comparing it to a roadshow.
The Samajwadi Party has complained, and they have said that a lot of voters are not being allowed to cast their ballots, not just on the Election Commission, also on the ruling BJP in the state.
Dramatic fight inside the Senegal Parliament, and there are chaotic scenes there you can see in the Parliament. A massive scuffle which has erupted between the lawmakers.
The death anniversary of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, J. Jayalalitha. VK Shashikala, along with her cadres, have gathered here to pay respects to the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu.
BJP's focus is now on 2024 Lok Sabha election, and before that, a 2-day strategy meet is underway here in national capital at BJP headquarters.
That in itself, this connect underscore the popularity of Narendra Modi with his people.
Amit Shah's huge